show, From Days to Years. I'm so excited you're here. This is an open letter from moms to moms, and we're going to celebrate our successes and seemingly our failures, because we don't fail. Sometimes we just think we do, and we just want to talk about those and learn from each other. Today I'm here with my guest. Actually, she's not a guest. She's a host.
I'm just a guest. I'm along for the ride.
She's here forever. She can never leave me.
Until she finds somebody who's a lot better.
Are you leaving me? Are we talking about this now?
No,
Okay.
I'm not leaving you.
Okay, I'm going to make sure.
But there's definitely somebody better. As we talk about failures.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a side conversation we're having later. There is no one better for this.
I love Angela.
And Heather's going to introduce our topic for today.
So today we're talking about holiday stress. And I think we all have that stress where we want everything to be perfect. And we want everything to be beautiful. And we want everything to flow seamlessly. And we all have a checklist of like 50 things we want to do in the 2 weeks our kids are home for break. And all our kids want to do is watch TV and play video games.
Yes.
And that stresses us out even more. And then we feel like failures because we didn't give them that magical, wonderful Christmas experience that, you know.
So every year, so our daughter is 8.
Right.
And I thought every year everything had to be perfect. So I would plan
yes.
things. And even this year, so it's our second year in our apartment because we're still building our house. I'm not going to mention the builder's name. But it's our second Christmas.
It's been a process.
It's been a process. And it should not have been this long. I'm not mentioning the builder's name.
Well, because we started at the same time, and I've been in my house now almost 5 months.
Yeah,
So
she has. I'm not mentioning the builder's name. But so this year, I don't even have a Christmas tree up yet.
Well, I can understand that. We bought a little mini one when we were in the apartment. By the way, we lived in the same apartment complex too. So like we have a lot of shared experiences on this building process.
Yeah. But 5 months earlier. But
Yeah.
usually like because usually we take our Christmas card pictures right around like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. And then our balloons are trying to be a part of the conversation.
That's
Isn't this
fine because it's beautiful.
They
I
are
love
pretty.
it.
Thank you. I do too. We built this all together.
Angela, really.
No, we all did it together.
I tried to eat.
Well, breakfast is important. But so like usually I'm on it. We take our Christmas card pictures 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
This year, you know what we've taken? 0.
Oh.
First time in 8 years we haven't done Christmas card pictures.
Wow.
Usually I have the tree up by like the day after Halloween because our family doesn't do Halloween. So we put that up. It's kind of like something fun for us
Fun
to
to
do.
do, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what's not up? A Christmas tree. It's like being in that apartment has
Yeah.
sucked everything out of it.
So we are the people who, the day after Thanksgiving is when I allow my husband to start decorating for Christmas
Yeah.
because he would start November 1st.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday, so I don't want to see Christmas stuff up.
Yeah.
I want to see my Thanksgiving stuff.
Yeah.
It took us a week to find time to go and get the tree because now our kids are older and they have a lot of stuff going on. And I think that's frustrating to my husband because for like 10 years, the day after Thanksgiving, we go to the Christmas tree farm.
Yeah.
And now we've moved to Florida where there's not as many Christmas tree
I was gonna
farms.
ask you, how do you do that?
We're
Right.
used to going to a Christmas tree farm and we'd walk around, you see all the people cutting down their trees, and we would admire all those trees, and then we'd walk over to where the trees were already pre-cut, and we'd pick our tree from there, throw it in the back of our pickup truck, and drive home with it. But yeah, so our tree's now been up for a week with zero decorations.
It's like it's evolved.
It's just becoming such a, and we're hosting this year, so there's going to be 11 of us.
Yeah.
And my
I
husband
forgot about that.
just told me that the tree was much smaller than he had anticipated, so we can't put all of our decorations on, and I'm already,
Are you gonna get a second tree?
I don't want to because this tree costs double what I'm used to paying.
Ew.
And it's not even as big as what we're used to getting. So, I mean, Christmas trees are expensive this year.
They are.
And if I could talk him into a fake one, I would totally go the fake route again because it's just easier. But he loves that fresh tree. He loves
I like
having
the
it there.
smell of it.
He loves the smell of it, and he loves the whole thing. But I'm the parent, by the way, who buys a new ornament for her kids each year to kind of commemorate something that happened that year, and I label the boxes, and so that if something were to happen to me or when they move out, they're moving out with a set of Christmas ornaments.
That is really sweet. So you have traditions.
That's my traditions, but I'm struggling this year.
Do you feel that like
struggling
is
this
it
year.
because you just moved and you're getting the house up, or is it just
I
because
think
we've gotten
it's-
older and we're like, eh?
So at first I thought it was because we had just moved. I really did. I thought it was because we had just moved, but now I'm starting to think it's also that they're older. And the kids don't not like these traditions. It's just they have a lot going on. I mean, my
So
daughter
not even
has
different type of stress then.
Yeah, my kids are getting older, and they really, kind of a backstory on this is that we just had a whole discussion because I'm trying to go back into the workforce, but I don't want to give up my summers with my kids. I love my summers with my kids, and my kids both just told me separately that they love their summers with me also. They love the things that we do. We do, I call them field trips, and once a week we try to find some big place to go, and we spend the whole day there. And sometimes we're very flexible. Sometimes we get there and we're like, we're not feeling it. And then we just start wandering. But we always have fun. We always have this fun, and we have these moments and this bonding experience that we all love. So I'm happy that my kids still love that.
And that's good to have.
Yeah.
So your holiday stress is different. So
My holiday stress is my kids are getting older.
your holiday's going to change.
Yeah.
So mine is like having that. I always love the Hallmark perfect holiday. That's what I've always wanted. But this year is the first year I'm just like, no, I can't. I'm tired. We have so much going on with the PTO for our school.
A lot of PTO stuff.
I've been up every night working on things, and then we're making sure we're the content for the podcast, and then we had 2-3 guests cancel. So it's like I haven't even had time to even deal with the holiday stress because we have no tree.
Yeah, no tree.
I haven't bought half our presents.
Yep.
And I'm just gone, and I feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
And I try to think of like the real meaning of Christmas.
Right.
Like this year, that's what I'm trying to gear into.
Right. Because I
It's about love
honestly
and giving,
love
all kinds of-
experience. I do love the experiences, but then I feel bad about them not having a bunch of little gifts to open.
We're doing experiences because Reggie and I both said we're not bringing another thing into that.
That apartment, because then you have to move it again.
We have to move it. So we got her a doll from one of her favorite doll stores, and I don't want to say what the store is. It starts with an A.
Oh, that's my favorite store. And my daughter was only into it for 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
That's a very expensive 2 months.
It was no, because she was done with it and I kept buying stuff.
But it's fun.
Because I thought I was going to buy her back into it. So we make fun of the doll because her name is Megan, and we make fun of her because she's been in bed for 4 years in her pajamas. Because I set her up in my daughter's room when we moved in.
Okay, so I love
because I never had one, and I always wanted one, so I think that's why I play.
I didn't even know they had one.
I didn't know. And
I'm
people
older
are like,
than you, though.
no, I'm older than you.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm 45.
I'm 48. I'm
I was
26 days younger than your husband.
You are?
Yeah, so he and I talk about it all the time. I call him the old. That's why I call him the old man.
Well, he is. I call him the old man. He's my old man.
Hey, my husband's older than him, so it's okay.
Oh, he is?
He's turning 49
Get out.
next week. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, usually I'm the old parent, so I'm not used to
No, I know. I'm used to being the old parent too.
And I'm still gonna be like, and we'll have this discussion at least 3 more times.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like, no,
fine.
I'm old.
I'm older than you. I beat you.
And it's good. So one of the things that she's our producer, our camera mom, so we just have a role on our show. One of the things that she decided to do, which I thought was brilliant, was ask other moms about holiday stress. Do you think that holiday time is stressful? And if yes, why? And if no, why?
I do think the holidays are stressful because there's just so many things to fit in. There's so many parties and so many events at school and extracurricular activities, and then fitting in work and shopping and making sure everybody's getting what they need is definitely stressful. So.
Look, I stress out about many things, but holidays is not one of them. And I'm sure it has to do with the fact that we live away from family. So it's my husband and my kids, and it's been like that for such a long time that I guess I don't have the stress or the anxiety of having to split into seeing my in-laws or my family or different places. We do like make a little list of the things we want to do for the winter break, and it may be big things, it may be little things, so we make the best of it. When it comes to gifting, I only gift my kids. That's how we've been doing it for the longest time. I do not gift. I don't gift other people. I do make a Christmas card, which I've been making for 14 years, and I do mail them out, and I have a handwritten note to make it more personal. I do that, and that's my way of connecting with family and friends. And we might bake some cookies and give out to our neighbors or to our friends, but I keep it light. To me, Christmas and the holidays is about the birth of Christ, and that's what we're trying to do, make memories and remember what it's all about, just living in the moment and being present.
Very stressful with kids just because you never know exactly what they want, and then they go scrummaging to find out what they're getting, so it has to be top secret. So that's probably the biggest stressor.
When my kids were younger, newborns, I gave a lot of emphasis to the perfect Christmas tree and decorations and food and trying to be at every family activity, function, everything. And I really stressed myself out. I felt like they needed to be perfectly dressed and everything needed to be perfect. But now that they're older, now that they tell me what they enjoy, what makes them happy, what they want to do, I put emphasis on that in particular. What they want. Do they want to have a nice Christmas trees or the decorations outside or whatever they pick that year? And that has really helped me relieve that stress and just enjoy the moment and enjoy the holidays a lot more. Just concentrating on them and their happiness.
So one of the things we just said was there are phases of holiday stress. When you're first new mom, you do all the Christmas card pictures. If you celebrate Christmas, it could be another holiday, so we can call it that holiday. It could be Hanukkah, it could be Kwanzaa, it could be several other cultures have lots of different holidays around that.
And you want to
season.
commemorate it with a picture,
And you
the
wanna
family
commemorate.
picture.
Yeah.
And some just want the family picture every year.
Yeah.
And I totally get that. And that's, I think, more stressful than anything.
It is. I love planning ours. I've always done them. But so when you're a new mom, usually you have all these traditions you want to do, and it's a lot more stressful. When you get to be older moms, you're kind of like,
Because you know why? Because honestly, all they want are electronics. Like they don't want anything else.
Our daughter, she's 8, but she's almost like a year younger because she was born so early.
Early, right.
So she's really still into toys.
And
It's
I
just we're
love
not
that.
bringing anything else in that
Yeah,
apartment.
I love that. But I do say to my kids all the time, I wish you were younger because I miss taking them to like places like the Children's Museum.
Yeah,
I mean, they're 12 and 14. I think they've aged out, and it makes me really sad. So I'm always trying to find somebody who will loan me their child.
Well,
to
anytime
take
you'd
them.
like to take Izzy,
Oh, okay.
I will definitely pack her up for you.
I know. I love to do
That's
that.
no problem.
No, because then my kids would come too, because they want to go, but they also recognize that they're too old.
Yeah.
So then you'd get 3 set of eyes on her.
This is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
She usually plays in one area and then
That was my
she'll kind
son.
of go and then
The
come back.
memberships
She'll go and
were
come back.
always worth it because sometimes we went and we sat in one place for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we could go first thing in the morning and he'd just sit there while his sister was at school.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we love the Children's Museum. We love the Science Center. This is all from outside of this area though. So if you're like going, what is she talking about? There's
Yes,
no Science Center.
Florida's, it's a little harder to
Yeah.
do some things. And where we live,
Zoo, yeah.
It's-
We did all
it's
that.
all spread
stuff.
out here.
It's all spread out. Well, it was spread out where we were. But I mean, my kids are happy getting in the car for an hour.
that's cool. So your holiday stress. So
It's stressful.
it's stressful, but it's stressful in a different way when you get to where we are.
Every year.
My stress is I pack so many things into this calendar
Right? We
that I
do
didn't
that.
even have time for Christmas. And that sounds so sad, but like the traditional Christmas that I'm used to, making the Christmas cards and doing like the Christmas cookies,
all that,
decorating the
yes,
tree
yes.
or a couple of trees and
Yeah.
getting all the presents all perfect. So my stress this year isn't about preparing for Christmas. It's just
Do you feel like it's
Just
hard
life.
to get in? It's hard. I feel like I haven't gotten into the Christmas.
spirit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hasn't hit me yet. And I feel like there's always that point where it hits and then I'm ready to go and it hasn't hit me yet.
The other thing is we're going on a cruise this year from the 19th through like the 24th.
Well, I'm
So
jealous.
half of it's gone. We had a coupon, honey. So we had a coupon.
My husband doesn't cruise.
Well, then the 4 of us should go.
Oh, we should go on a cruise.
Just leave them at home. Erica, tell your husband we're taking you, okay? Valerie, the 4 of us. We should just
4
go.
of us. We should go.
We could film on cruise.
And I love
Carnival,
kids, but could
Royal
we do a
Caribbean,
kid? Could we do a
Seabourn?
kid-friendly?
No, we're not.
I mean,
taking the
no
kids.
kid. I meant a
Don't
kid.
call us.
No kid.
We're not taking the kids.
Because we have a lot of kids between the 4 of us, and I think that's
Yeah, we do.
you
We're
know,
not taking the kids.
we're not taking kids or spouses.
Next holiday, we're gonna have
Yes.
cruise sponsored by Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Seabourn Yachts. When do y'all call me? Okay?
Yeah. Let's chat.
Let's check. So that we don't have any holiday stress. But I would say one of the things that we're doing for the PTO is doing like that. It's not, we're not calling it a tree. It's the logo of our school is an animal. So we're doing like the logo
Yes.
on the school for the kids to pick something off the logo. Because we
To
didn't want to
give
call it
back.
a tree because there's so many different holidays and we didn't want to make people feel uncomfortable because obviously the 4 of us celebrate Christmas, but not everybody does.
Not everybody.
I want to make sure I'm sensitive to that. So I will say working on that has made me feel like the Christmas
Well,
spirit.
yeah, so you-
'Cause I
yeah.
cried every day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because the kids come down, they get to adopt a child, and you should see these little people come down and get this little animal
We have the
ornament
best
looking
kids
thing.
at
We
our
do.
school.
And then they come back with the presents, and the bag is bigger than they are. And I'm telling you, I've teared up every single day just watching these kids have the
Yeah.
enjoyment and excitement, and then the stories that come with it. Like sometimes the kid has come downstairs. I'll say this: one of we were working together. One of the volunteers was saying how one of the kids was pulling an ornament off, or not an ornament, the animal off the wall, the little logoed animal.
Yeah.
And the child said, "Oh, good, I have that. I can give them mine." And volunteer said, "No, baby." Well, she didn't say no, baby. She said, you want to buy them that. It's like, "No, I have it. I'm done with it. They can have that toy." And it was just so cute. And then I had another kid saying, "But I don't like those items that are on the list." And I had to say, "But they're not for you." But it's cute how they get so involved
Yeah.
in their way of thinking. But it really, that put me in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, that does put me in the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did buy some gifts, and I just haven't dropped them off yet because we forgot to turn our paperwork
Mine
in.
is sitting
And
in the
I from what I understand too is that there was such
There's a turnout.
a huge turnout, and they were doing it by the grade level, so that I think my son's grade level may not make it down.
I don't think they were called down, and we have so many because we just kept like
Yeah.
the junior high. I don't think they really participated this year, but I don't think they got a chance to because the testing kind of messed up.
Testing, yeah,
when
because the
they could
paper,
come
he
down.
actually brought the form home, and then I was like, well, it said by this date, we're past that date. But our
No,
neighborhood
Monday.
also
They do Monday. They do Monday.
to request a.
No, you can get one now, but you have to bring the gift back by Monday.
Well, I already bought 3 random gifts
No, we'll
that
take
I'm
random.
dropping off at the neighborhood
That's fine.
drop off. Yeah,
that's fine.
we always do that. We always do, what is it? Can we say Toys for Tots?
Yes, Toys
yeah,
for Tots.
Toys for Tots.
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean, it's
support
a
Toys
big
for Tots.
national.
No,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and our neighborhood here, we live in a big master plan neighborhood, and so they really get into it here too.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
No,
so,
that's-
yeah.
So, I am disappointed in myself, I would say, because I took on too much stuff this
It's
year,
hard.
and I allowed myself to get out of that whole Christmas spirit.
That's what it is. I think next year I'm going to slow down.
I am definitely going to do that because I want to feel this time, and I want to feel good about it, and I
Well-
don't want the normal holiday stress pressure.
Well, but I feel
But I
like
wanna
we've
feel-
taken on so much
Yeah.
that we're like ships passing in the sea in my house right now.
Yeah,
I only see my husband for a few hours.
yeah.
And we're both kind of introverts.
Okay.
So it takes us a little bit to warm up to talk to each other.
Oh.
Like we're not oh, hey, it was so great to see you today. It's like, oh, you are? Oh, yeah. We have those conversations where they're half sentences.
Oh.
And then the next day we're like, what did we talk about yesterday? Like we're just really,
We're like two chatty Cathys.
yeah, no, my husband
husband
and
and
I are not.
Talk, 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 talk.
And if we go on a date,
You have
know,
dates?
when we go out, well, we used to have more dates. We haven't had any recently, and we don't need sitters anymore. So it's so easy for us to just say we're going out to eat. And if we say we're having seafood or Tex-Mex, neither one of our kids want to go with us. So
Okay, wait. Did you hear that, people? If you want to go out with your spouse, mention an activity that children don't like.
Yeah.
They won't go.
they won't want to go. Well, and my kids like to be home alone. I mean, they love being together.
But your kids don't throw parties when you're not.
No, my kids don't throw parties because they kind of don't
your
like
child.
other people. So they're introverts as well.
That's
So
cool.
have introverts.
That is cool.
Have
That is cool.
children who are introverts.
I would say for the new moms, though, if you do, it's fine to be excited about the holidays. And
But
it's
don't
fine-
beat yourself up.
Don't beat yourself. I mean, you can do the Christmas cards and you can do the parties because, like, we're gonna throw just like a Christmas decorating
yeah.
cookie thing, and it's great to have all those things to do. And I would say definitely do it, but
Yeah.
don't do like I used to do when you got no sleep and you had everything perfectly planned. Like
Yeah, don't do it because you're not enjoying it. Like you need to
don't.
enjoy it as well.
you don't.
It's like that whole thing where you're taking all the pictures, and then in a couple of years you're like, "Who took these pictures?
don't
Why
remember.
wasn't I there?" Because you're not there.
Yeah.
I'm learning to take a step back, but I will also say I'll be a big push out there is to find your tribe, your mom's group. Your
That's
group,
true.
because that's what kind of saved me before was that we had a group of like 8 moms and all of our kids, and so each mom, almost without realizing we did it, we all kind of took on a role. There was the mom who did the Christmas tree, not
That's a
Christmas
very
tree.
good
She
idea.
did the house, the
Gingerbread house.
gingerbread
Yeah,
house,
yeah.
and we would go to her house, and everybody would just bring a bunch of candy.
Yeah.
You brought extra candy. Then there was the mom who always did the 4th of July party.
That's good.
And because our kids have now grown up, even though they didn't see each other on a daily basis,
Yeah.
they just picked up.
That's a good idea.
So, I mean, I do say, and it's a smaller group, and then also, your friends don't have high expectations when they come over because they know they're in the same place as you are.
This is also true.
So it's good to get
This is
friends who don't have high expectations And I mean, I don't want you to take that the wrong way.
They
but
expect your house to be clean. When they go to the
sort
bathroom,
of clean.
it should be clean.
The bathroom needs to be clean, but I don't care that you've got shoes sitting in the hallway.
Nobody cares.
I don't care that your toy room is a mess because guess what? My kids are about to go in there and help your kids destroy it again.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's okay. And it's okay to then tell my kids to help your kids clean up the room that they just destroyed.
Absolutely.
Because those are your friends, and I would want their kids to do the same thing when they're at my house. And I will be honest, I actually don't expect them to do it. So
But I think that's key, what you said about having a tribe. for
you need
holiday
your
stress.
tribe.
So you can not only just, like you said, have different people have different roles for different holidays, but also
and everybody has their
someone to
own
hang out with.
their own strengths too. So it works out that way. We have a friend who has to feed us. She always has food, and if you show up and she's just like, "I've got a bowl of nuts," and I'm like, "It's okay. You don't have to feed me." Like I don't expect that of you.
I always
Another
want-
friend who always has a wine fridge ready to go.
I always want people like when they come over that.
I want them to feel at home.
I want them to feel at home, but I also want, so I'm like, okay, the house has to be clean. Like,
Yeah, I do want-
perfectly
yeah,
clean.
I do feel that
Even
way.
though I know when I go to someone else's house, I don't care. As
I
long
don't
as it's
care.
not disgusting or dirty, I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
But I don't care if there's like shoes everywhere. But when someone else comes over, I want everything to be a certain way. And I want everyone to eat.
Yeah.
And I want them to have fun and hang
Yes.
out. But I've gotten better with that, but I still
It's hard.
feel that I
Yeah.
want, you want that Hallmark look, that
You
Hallmark
do.
holiday, that Hallmark
And
moments,
I've
and it's-
given up on it because I just know we're not. My kids don't care.
But I've given up on the Hallmark holiday, especially this year.
Yeah.
But the whole, like, when people come over, I still want it to be.
Right. Oh yeah. No. I do. I've got to clean my. I have a lot of kitchen counters, and I have to clean them by Sunday at 3:00 p.m.
Oh, that's when your fam's coming.
Yeah, they're coming for the day.
Wait, all 11 people are coming?
No. This is my family that lives here. They're just driving over for
Okay.
the day, and one of my aunts hasn't seen my house yet, so she's coming for the first time.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, and she's very particular. Love her, but she's very particular.
Yes, we all have those family members.
Yeah, and there could be one thing out of place, and I will hear about it for years about how messy my house was that one time.
That's the other thing for holiday stress. Family. Like,
Family.
Heather is very fortunate.
I have great in-laws. I do.
It's okay. Heather has great in-laws, and they
Just throw alcohol out on the countertop, and they're happy.
not that we're advocating alcohol.
No, we're not.
We're not.
They're from the Midwest, and we don't really go anywhere. Like when we're together, we're just content to hang out in the house together.
And that's perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
and play board games and card games, and so that's why I say I have very easygoing in-laws.
But your family may not be like that, which
Yeah.
would add to holiday stress.
And I do have the other side too, so don't think I'm off completely.
For us, one of our other videos, we talked about traveling for holidays. And
Right,
so for Christmas,
we did, yes.
We don't do that anymore. So that
No.
took away from my holiday stress.
Yeah.
So I think that things that definitely add in there would be family,
Yes.
expectations.
Our
of
own
hallmarkness.
expectations,
Can I say
yep.
hallmarkness? That's a
I
word
would
now.
say so, yeah.
Expectations of hallmarkness. Your own crazy work schedule, or your own
Yes.
crazy kids schedule for school.
Kids' schedules. Yeah.
And then what else? So family, work schedule, school schedule, expectations. All those things are going to work into how crazy or how overwhelmed you feel about the holiday season, about holiday stress. And really all that is superficial.
Right.
What's most important is
That you're together.
you're together and your immediate family's together and you enjoy that time.
And yeah, and that's where I try, when I start to get overwhelmed, sometimes I do try to take that step back and say, we're all together.
That's
We're all healthy.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I mean, we're in a good place. But I will also say, if you're like me and you're about to have 11 people inside your house, it's okay to go lock the door to your bedroom and take an hour for yourself. It's okay. It's okay to go in and watch Netflix or whatever your favorite thing to do by yourself is to do. It's okay to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to entertain the entire house because there's other adults there.
And that's a good point. I want her to say that again. You don't have to entertain everyone.
Just because
all
they're at your
the
house.
time.
That is not your job. You're providing the place, the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're using your electricity. That's enough.
Yeah, and
they-
here in Florida, your AC.
And your AC. So you don't have to entertainment, if that's a separate line
Right.
item on your bill, just cross it off. You paid for that in AC, so there you go. You're good.
Yep, you're fine.
You
You're
don't need
fine.
to add anything
No.
else.
No, because my husband really wants to be the one. He wants to take them to the beach. He wants to take them to all these different
Yeah.
places. And I said, well, we need a third car to make this happen.
And you
And
have a big SUV.
we
too.
have a big SUV. He has semi-decent sized sedan,
Yeah.
but there's 2 car seats, and those take up a good portion of space.
for the little- you have little people coming?
Little people.
Oh.
2.5. Like it's like for me,
you
it's
had
going to be
two.
like the best Christmas because at 2.5, they're really into it.
That's
Last Christmas, they didn't quite get why are you giving me this thing and tell me to rip the paper off. Like they didn't get
And they're
it.
playing with the box. And you spent $150 on the gift.
Yeah. But yeah, so this year I'm really excited because I got them, I got them the little things that are, those things that you don't want to step on that are really, really expensive. Like, I don't know if I should say the name.
Yeah, go for
They're
it.
blocks,
Yes,
Legos.
yes, go for it.
And I'm excited because
You should call me too.
yeah, because I bought like the big multi-pack with lots of different things to build it, and I'm so excited for that.
It's like a 100-pack.
No, I don't
Like
want to
separated by colors?
No,
That one?
I didn't get that one.
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
know what we've had those,
yes,
but
yes.
I got like the, I don't know. I loved it, and I got it, and I can't wait to give it to them. So yeah, I'm excited for that because my kids are easy. They give me precise lists,
Yeah.
and and so then I'm trying to throw some extra stuff in there, and the whole time going, they're not going to care about this.
That's the other thing with holiday stress. Trying to find your child the perfect gift. Don't do that.
Well, I mean, it's great when they get to a certain age because they will tell you exactly what they want. You will get it in a digital format, and they'll even put on there it needs to be this color, and that's great because it takes the stress to buy. But it's not exciting anymore. Like you're not surprising them anymore. It's like, oh, I guess I could have just bought you this in August and been done with it.
There was a lady I remember. She used to do 4 categories.
Oh yes, I love this. I tried to do it one year.
The read, something to read, something to wear, something they want, and what was the other one? Was something else.
Yeah, there's a 4, but it was the 4 gifts.
Yes, there was 4
And
gifts.
I then felt like the worst parent because I only had 4 things.
Yeah, see, so I've never done that because
I say
again,
every year. I just had it pop up in my memories.
this year we're doing that because we're not bringing anything else in that apartment.
No. Well, you're going on a cruise too. Like that's a big family experience.
But that was
Good.
Reggie's gift to us because that's what he wanted to do.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
I would have been down with it. So
Well, I'm
I
fine.
would have gone
I'm not
with them.
complaining.
I would have gone with them.
I'm
You
not
can stay
complaining.
home
I'm
with
not
my family.
Well, your mother-in-law brings liquor. So that
Oh
might
yeah,
not
and
be a
she
bad thing.
cooks all day and she cleans and yeah,
Okay, we're gonna talk about this later.
and bakes.
And bakes.
Oh, she loves to make cookies with the kids. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she brings all her little recipe
Does
cards.
she need another daughter-in-law? I'm not married to her. Her
I mean,
son,
she has sons, so she's always really, yeah, you guys should come over.
I just want to hang out with the baking.
Yeah.
And the,
Oh yeah, no, my kids love it. So yeah, they won't bake with me, but they'll bake with her.
Well, grandma's different.
Grandma's
Mom
different.
is just,
Yeah.
it's not the same thing.
I'm too precise.
I can't bake because you have to.
I'm like, you just got sprinkles everywhere. Now I have to clean it up.
I can't. But yeah, so the present thing is like, when I was
presents
younger,
are hard.
I always bought way too many things.
Yeah.
And I always heard about these 4 categories and I never did it because like you, it's like there's only 4 things in the tree. But if you realize
That's really all they need,
that's
though.
all they need.
They don't need it. They just want to be with you too. Like I do want to point
That's
that out.
right.
They just want to be with you. They're happy to have that whole day with you
Yeah.
and to spend it with you and
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm trying to, as my kids are getting older, I used to not like cuddling. I'm not a cuddler. I was never a cuddler.
Yeah.
But now I'm like embracing it hardcore.
Because you see them going.
They're yeah. My daughter's never been a cuddler either, so we're both. But my son loves to cuddle, and I'm just holding on to it.
Oh yeah.
We were walking down the hallway
That's a
of school.
Christmas gift to you right
Yeah, we were walking through the hallways of school yesterday, the middle school hallways, and he held my hand voluntarily.
He did.
Oh yes, he is not embarrassed to give me a hug or a kiss in front of his friends. So I'm just saying, best son ever.
That is awesome. That is awesome. We're gonna have to wrap up. We can
Yeah.
talk about this forever. 'Cause
Forever and ever, but
we
don't.
love to talk.
Yeah, but seriously, don't. Just take a deep breath and relax, because you may not think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Your kids are just happy to be with you and see you, and it's hard to accept that that's all they want, but that's sometimes all they want is your attention.
Because it's a different. We should really redirect. My grandma said, from presents to presents with a C.
Yes, that's good.
And to the T.
Your grandma's smart.
Well, she was one of the ones that told me, she's like, Angie, my grandma's going to be 90 this year. Okay. She lives in Vegas, but she doesn't play the slot machines. Why? That's not her thing.
Oh.
She's never actually been in a casino her whole life, and she doesn't drink
They're
either.
just fun to walk through, though.
But my other grandma, she used to go to the casino all the time. She was fun.
Fun
Not that my
grandma.
other grandma who doesn't go to the casino isn't fun. I love her
She's
too.
wise.
She is. Grandma, I did not mean that. But
She's wise.
she is wise. But she would say that when her kids were younger, my grandparents had 7 kids.
Wow.
But she would do everything had to be perfect, and the kids had to be scrubbed
Yeah.
up, and every bow perfectly done,
Oh, wow.
everything ironed. And she would make
Wow.
the holidays like a Hallmark holiday every single time. And she said, I did not enjoy any of them.
It's exhausting.
So take it a bite from advice from my gram and from Heather and I.
Yeah.
Perfect doesn't have to be perfect.
Yep.
And presents doesn't always mean with a T, it's your presents. Yes, it's great to give your kids something. Izzy will get a doll and we'll get her some experiences, some things that she wanted to go to and do. But other than that, we're just not going to do that. We're just not going to be involved so much that we forget who we are and we miss out on the real Christmas experience. So we're going to wrap up, and we have social media
We have
accounts.
social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Yes.
Yes, from days to years.
And from daysyears.com. Don't forget.
Down
our
at the
website.
bottom. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you, Angela.
Bye.
Bye.